Well, as you know, or if you didn't know before, now you do know, I am a teacher. And something that I and every teacher that I know does when we look at our classes is to imagine a future for all those bright, shining faces. Sometimes we are spot on, and other times we are 100% wrong. So, if you would, time travel back with me to 1992, 2 years before a certain Christopher Farah graduated. We are in room 101. Remember room 101? It's the very first room in the old building on Elizabeth Street. And there is a young man with brown hair in that English classroom, and he gets 100% on every vocab quiz. He gets 100% on every essay, on every test. He has something like an overall 4,300,000 GPA. He knows every answer to every question, but he never says a word. Now, this young man was the best writer in that class, hands down, no doubt about it. I still remember. And he had amazing handwriting, too, from a boy, which that was just a joy to get to read those papers. But speaking in front of others is so not his thing, that even though he is valedictorian of the class of 1994, he declines to speak at graduation and lets his good friends and co-valedictorians, Santine and Chrissy, speak instead. Now, I suspected that this young man might become a doctor, but more the research kind, since that way he wouldn't actually have to speak to patients. Now, go a dozen or so years in the future, and I find out this man now lives and works in LA, writes and directs comedy, and talks to people all the time. And so does his brother. Yeah, but that wasn't a surprise, since talking to people is what Mike did best. Well, Christopher and Mike Farah are two alums who have taken what they learned at Richard and gone on to pursue the work they love. As writers, directors, and producers of comedy and their first feature film, which I thoroughly enjoyed, their dedication to their craft and their accomplishments are a testament to their education at Richard. Our performing arts program is enhanced by their contributions, including their presentation to our film classes. Answer This is their first feature film, now making the indie film circuit with well-deserved sellout crowds. They even brought Ann Arbor and Father Gabriel Richard High School to the big screen.
Okay, here, stop here.
Okay.
This is where I went to grade school and high school, Father Gabriel Richard.
3 blocks from the university?
Father Gabriel Richard founded the University of Michigan. Besides, it's at least 20 blocks away from my preschool.
Writer-director Christopher Farah has worked in entertainment, served as a foreign correspondent in the Middle East, and spent at least one summer cutting meat in a deli. He has written and directed a bunch of cool stuff for the website Funny or Die, and it is pretty funny, including RoboCop Speaks to Detroit and The Big Lebowski 2. And his first web show was nominated for a Webby Award for Best Comedy Series. As a journalist, which I have to confess I did think he might become because he was such a good writer, and you're welcome. He has has written for publications such as the New York Times, Salon.com, and the Jerusalem Report, and was assistant editor at Foreign Affairs magazine. An Ann Arbor native who holds a bachelor's and a master's from the University of Michigan and another master's from Columbia University, Answer This is his first feature film, but I certainly hope not his last. Now, producer Mike Farah is in a small class of producers with expertise in both feature film, television, and news media. President of production at Funny or Die, the premier comedy website founded by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, Michael was recently named to the Hollywood Reporter's list of the top 35 entertainment execs under 35. As the man behind Funny or Die's internet, TV, and film projects, he has worked with studios like Paramount and HBO, and with every star from Jack Black to Natalie Portman. He's also executive producer of FOD's hit comedy show, Billy on the Street. Michael began his career at United Talent Agency and headed up feature development at Paramount-based Southern Cross The Dog Productions. As many of our wonderful alumni have, Mike and Christopher have carried with them the Father Gabriel High School Christian service ethic. Together, Mike and Christopher currently support Forgotten Harvest and the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy in Detroit. Okay, the truth is, as teachers, we never really know what's going to become of our students. Evo, I never knew you were going to marry Therese. No, I didn't. Could not have predicted that for the world. But my point is, no matter what we think is going to happen to those students, FGR produces students who succeed out there in the big real world. And Chris and Mike Farah exemplify that in the best way. Because as the church knows, it is through the arts that you best reach people, that you can honor the Lord, and the lessons, you can show the lessons that the church has to teach. Through art, and especially through humor, we can point out the foibles of humanity and make a point of how to live a better life. We can show respect and love to those who have formed us. And we can let the entire world know that the best university in the United States was founded by a Catholic priest. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher and Mike